Namaste. The light and love of the divine in me honors and greets the light and love of the divine in each and every one of you here this morning. Thank you for being here. I heard people talking about fog and all kinds of beautiful weather. It is wherever you are. I know it's a beautiful, perfect day. So thank you for being here and allowing us to be part of that beautiful day. We are the Awakening Way spiritual community. We are a spiritual community in the lineage of Dr. Ernest Holmes, a New Thought spiritual community. And what we believe in is we believe in life. We believe in peace. We believe in joy. We believe in happiness and prosperity. We believe in all good things. And we believe that it's possible to have and experience all of those good things because we are part of this infinite wholeness, this infinite goodness that God is, inseparable from it. And if we are inseparable from it, then it is part of us and we can express it whenever we choose, to whatever level we are able to express it. And that's just the thing, isn't it? What holds us back so often is our inability to accept for ourselves all of the good that is available. So in these New Thought teachings, we offer opportunities for people to discover ways to strengthen their connection with the divine that is ever present around and within them, and allows each person to explore the depths of the perfection of themselves so that they can come to a place where they can accept more and more of this ever available good. Wow, isn't that what we all want? You know, are there people in your life where you see this happening for them? And what kind of people are they? If you think about it, people who are happy and have wonderful relationships and seem to be prosperous and have everything going for them, there's something special about them. And generally what that is they have this incredible outlook on life, believing that absolutely life is good. And so that is one of our goals here at the Awakening Way spiritual community, is to allow people to awaken to that truth for themselves. And we have gatherings like this where we have Sunday talks that fill people with love and joy and peace and happiness and all of those things, so that we can take that energy within us and we can allow it to expand within us throughout the week. We have classes, we have meditations, we have workshops, we have opportunities to sit with practitioners and ministers in prayer and have spiritual counseling. We have opportunities for people to request prayers for themselves at any time when there's something going on and they just need a little, what I call fluff or boost, to get them through a little bump in the road. So many things in so many ways for each and every one of us to live this consciously awakened life. I say, and it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm really not. But when I say this on Sundays, I really mean it. I think you chose wisely in being here this morning, because there is something special for you that is on its way. It's on its way. So I'm glad you came, and whatever got you here, whatever pathway you came to get here, wherever you go when this morning is over, for this particular moment in time, welcome home. We've been waiting for you. Thanks again for being here. So we have a beautiful morning lined up for you. Frank has got all of his buttons in a row. I've always known that about Frank. He always has his buttons in a row. So I know it's going to be special for all of us, and there's something remarkable that happens whenever he does these talks. So we're looking forward to it. But before we begin, let's center ourselves and go within. That's where we always like to begin. And so if you will, just allow your eyes to softly close. It is so comforting to just sit in a peaceful, comfortable place with our eyes softly closed, just relaxing, feeling the body just let go. There's nothing we have to do right now but simply rest and open to what's coming. And so I invite you to just take a couple of deep, full breaths, breathing in through the nose fully and releasing out the mouth fully. One more. And just feel that relaxation take hold. My reading this morning is from Dr. Holmes. And he says this: I know that good is at the root of everything, regardless of its seeming absence. Since there is but one spirit, and this spirit is in me and in everything, then everywhere I go, I meet this spirit. I meet it in all people, in all places, in all things. There is a divine essence permeating everything, flowing through everything, becoming all things. I have limitless faith in this unconquerable presence. And so right here and right now, I am aware fully within every cell of my being that that presence is here within me, filling me, expressing through and as me. And wherever I go, there it is within me as me. It is around me. It is in each and every situation I encounter, each and every person I come in contact with. I cannot be separate from this presence. And I know that as this is true for me, it is true for each and every person at this gathering this morning, each and every person everywhere. One power, one presence, expressing in and as all life. And I declare this life to be glorious, to be amazing, to be fruitful and joyful and so incredible in so many, many ways. And I know that this morning's gathering is filled with that goodness of God. The words that Dr. Frank speaks this morning are absolutely perfect, divinely inspired. And he is guided and directed in each and every word that he speaks. And we are so grateful for that. I know that the music is perfect, as it always is, filling our hearts and minds, our very bodies with those beautiful vibrations, lifting us, centering us, allowing us to commune with the divine in beautiful harmony. I know that everything that takes place blesses each and every person here this morning. For we have chosen to be here, to hear this message, and to experience this gathering together. Knowing that everything is already in its perfect right place, I declare it to be perfect, whole, and complete. Knowing it is so, I let it be so. And so it is. Amen.
I walk along the sea. No one's there but me. I watch the water flow, watch waves come and go. I see the sun go down watch the world spin round. Simple pleasures, simple treasures, God's golden light on me. Golden, glowing, healing, flowing, God's golden light on me. I watch the full moon rise, smile and close my eyes. Counted stars by night that fade in morning light. I made my baby laugh. I loved my better half. Simple pleasures, simple treasures, God's golden light on me. Golden, glowing, healing, flowing, God's golden light on me. It is beautiful, oh so beautiful. Life is beautiful, beautifully divine. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Life is beautiful. Beautifully divine. Simple pleasures, simple treasures, God's golden light on me. Golden, glowing, healing, flowing, God's golden light on me. God's golden light on you.
Morning, beloveds. Thank you, Jimmy. That song. I love that song. That's a wonderful song. It's one of those places where you were so inspired. Yeah, it's just a great song. Our seed of awakening for this month is pathways. As Terry and I are coming up on the end of our tenure here at Awakening Ways, I thought I'd share with you one of the major lessons that I've learned, one of the major tools that I use. The pathway that we're called to walk is what Psalm 23 called the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And what is his name's sake? What does that mean? What's the divine name? The divine name is I am. I'm one with God. And then it's up to me to figure out who I am within the I am. The pathway to who I am isn't going to be found in any of your books. It's not going to be found in the Bible. It's not going to be found in Science of Mind. It's going to be found in one place and one place only, inside. You have to look within. Otherwise, you will not find it. There are spiritual laws that were uncovered and pronounced by Jesus, by the Buddha, by Moses, by all of the great spiritual masters that have been here. They've taught us that it's not through blind faith or dogma that we become acceptable to God. I am acceptable because of what I am. I'm an individualized place of spirit in the world. I'm acceptable to God because I am God having a frank experience. And it's true for each and every one of us. In my conscious spiritual practice of the presence within me, I consciously become aware of our oneness. That's the most important part, is becoming aware of my oneness with the divine. And that practice occurs only within my consciousness, within my mind, not in the books, not in the words I speak, not in anything I write, but in my own mind and the behaviors that I exhibit as a result. The Buddha said, mind precedes its objects. All that we are is the result of what we've thought, and that the mind is everything. What we think, we become. Jesus said, as you have believed, so it is done to you. This is what we call the law of mental equivalence, or the law of attractions. You might state it like this: whatever our minds accept and believe, we attract to us, and it becomes the reality of our world. Books, no matter how spiritually sound they may be, no matter how much they resonate for me, are useless if I don't do the work of embodying that and bringing it forth in my life in every moment of the day. That's how I changed my life. Dr. Holmes, the founder of religious science, said, since no one lives by proxy, but each unto himself, every individual must make the test in his own mind. Ultimately, I have to prove to myself, and you have to prove to yourself in our own minds that these spiritual laws work, and that is what leads me to the paths of righteousness. My daily spiritual practices aren't anything special. They're not anything anybody else doesn't do. Some people do it better than I. It's prayer, it's meditation. It is taking time each day to be one with the divine. These are just mine, and I do them daily, but that's the key. Doing them daily. But the problem with doing your practices daily is that leaves a whole day worth of experiences filled with the possibility of me screwing things up. It's true for all of us. A whole day of sliding back into my old patterns of thoughts and words can use spiritual laws in ways that I don't understand. Mary Baker Eddy said, stand porter at the door of your thoughts. This references to the old-fashioned system of middle and upper class apartment buildings in big cities, where there was a porter at the door. Some places there still are. Porter at the door to help those who belong come in, and keeping out those who did not. So standing porter at the door of your thought means keep out of your mind those thoughts you don't want. And a huge part of changing our lives and our thinking comes from this need to watch what we think and what we say and what we do in the world in every moment. Not just during our study, not just during our prayer and meditation. That's the path to righteousness. So here's where I created a special tool for myself, and that's my buttons to assist me. You probably won't use it because my mind is a little, but I believe, that there's, why be normal? Normal's nothing. Normal is just an illusion. My favorite way of dealing with keeping on the pathway is through mockery, but it might give you some ideas for your own tools. In the morning, after doing all my spiritual studies, if I know I'm going to be going someplace that day, I will go and look over my buttons, get quiet, and decide where my brain is, where my mind is, where my life is today, and what do I need to be reminded of all day long. And then I choose that button and I put it on my Levi jacket, which I always have a Levi jacket. I've had one ever since I was in grade school, a Levi jacket that I wore anytime the weather was right. And I still do to this day because I love them. And that's how I go through my day. And most of the buttons are meant as tongue in cheek, although some of them are just in your face, and that's okay, because all my life, I've truly been able to say that I'm marching to the tune of a different drummer and a different accordion. So let's say today my mind is focused on my appreciation of this divine creation that God's mind as I am is housed in. Well, on a day like that, I can say I'm proud to be a carbon-based life form because God created me that way. I am truthfully the only me, and I am one of the best. Now, buttons remind me that I'm God's unique creation and I was born to be perfect, that I have been born, again and again and again and again. Because I do believe in reincarnation. I've been there, done that, done there. And each life has been more perfect than the one before. On the other hand, I might be having a bad day. So, on such a day, I've lost my appreciation for God's gift because I'm not feeling well, and I might wear, like today, I'm donating my body to science fiction. And I remind myself to never say things could get worse because God loves a challenge. Some days I just get caught up in the events of the world and I find myself asking, where have all the adults gone? And I keep telling myself that if there's one thing I can't tolerate, that I can't stand, it's intolerance. But then I catch myself and I ask myself, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? Especially when I'm looking at politics. Oh, the political world, what a mess. It's hard to believe that our country has gotten in such a mess in the political world, but all is not lost. It's just much is misplaced. And besides, when it comes right down to it, as a person of consciousness, looking at what goes on in government, it's not my circus, not my monkey. But some days my monkey mind just decides to take over. It's just out of control, or maybe I should say it's in control. There are those days where I'm stuck with, does the noise in my head bother you? Because on those days, I do whatever the little voices tell me to. So please don't interrupt me when I'm talking to myself. because I will be doing that all day long. And if you value your life, don't tell me what kind of day to have, because I'm going to have the kind of day that I want, which is not going to be good, because on that day, I'm going to believe it's as bad as you think, and they're out to get you. So people keep telling me to get a life. They've been telling me that all my life. Get a life, Frank, get a life. Well, here I am. I'm getting ready to retire. I got a life. Now what? And then I begin to catch myself. I begin to pull myself back into myself, and I have to ask the question, who am I today? Who am I? I know, one thing I know, I'm not myself, so maybe I'm you. But who the hell do I think I am? So I force myself to, I try really hard to stay in the moment, but damn, it's gone. Oh man, on days like that, it's so much easier to be born again than to grow up. Man, Frank, I don't know. What time is recess? Maybe if I go out and play for a while, I'll be all right. But I have to be careful, because I can't afford any more karmic debts. And then there's that little voice in my head that keeps saying, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I wish that voice had been in my head many times when I was younger. And that little voice inside me says, evolve, damn it. So I try to do that. I know that my attitudes are my biggest liability. And that, as the Buddha said, what I think I become. So I try to get out of my way, to trust life and move ahead. But, no matter how hard we work on that, if we find ourselves on a plateau, we can't get complacent about it. We can't get complacent about being at a plateau, because even if you're on the right track, if you stand still, you're going to get run over. Is that right? Yeah. Yep. I know that my life is and always has been a work in progress, but there are days when my mind is so crazy, my monkey mind is so out of control, that I just hope God grades on the curve, because I'm not doing well. In the meantime, I'll try to establish an adult relationship with life, while I'm cleverly disguised as a responsible adult. See, that's where I try to tell myself the truth as much as I can. I try to tell myself the truth about who I am and where I am. And no matter what I hide from everyone else, no matter what I try to hide from everyone else, I don't have that here. I try to ignore the man behind the curtain. That's my crazy head, my monkey mind. And and that's how I use these buttons. So always remember to stay open at the top, like Dr. Holmes said, because I'm out of order now. Minds are like parachutes. They only function when they're open. Since this is our last button talk, one of my last talks, some final button thoughts. For the past 21 years, I've had a personal code that if you want the spiritual truth, I'll share the truth. But if you want my advice, don't take my advice. Take the spiritual truth. My job, it's always been my job as a teacher of new thought to subvert the dominant paradigm. I learned that one many years ago in a graduate class. It was in a book called something about scientific revolutions. I can't remember the whole title now. And that phrase was in there, and it is stuck in my mind ever since. And so I've learned, and I hope you've learned, to question reality, question the physical reality all around you, because there's something fundamentally deeper and more real than the physical reality you see. For the love of God, don't believe everything you're told. I don't know if you can see the little ship there. I think that's the Santa Rosa. That's the ship of Columbus that sailed off the edge, and only the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria made it. Don't believe everything you think. Half the thoughts I have would have me dead if I paid attention to them. And always learn to give up being serious. Don't be serious. There's no evidence that the world is so serious. Be joyfully subversive. Joyfully subversive. You know, there's nothing that attracts people to you more than being joyfully subversive. As you walk through your daily life, remember to shake things up. Make changes in your life. Make changes in the world, because stupidity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Remember that Gandhi said we must be the change we wish to see in the world. If you want the world to change, you first. You first. We're the only ones that can change the world, because we're the ones we've been waiting for. And remember the words of Jesus when you're disagreeing with someone, when you have a really intense argument with someone that's so intense that they might lose you as a friend if you can't find a way around it. Remember the saying of Jesus, blessed are the peacemakers. Be able to make peace. And remember that peace is not the absence of war. Peace is the presence of justice. Find a way to be just and generous in everything you do, as John the Baptist said. Remember that everyone is loved. The beloved is everyone. And the Holy Land is everywhere. Enjoy life. Enjoy life. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is the real thing. This is the only one you're going to have that you'll know about. Oh, you'll have more, but only your subconscious is going to remember them. The rest, out the door. Remember to be optimistic, even in the face of reality. And the reality we're talking about is not the reality of the divine, but it's the reality of the physical world. You can afford to be optimistic in the face of that because it's less real than the divine you can't see. This is your life. It is your reality. It is all that you were born to be. And what part of yes are you afraid of? Never beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up over, oh, I should do better. I should know better. You know, nobody's as good at this but as ministers and practitioners, beating themselves up because of some mistake they've made, because of some condition they've brought into their bodies. Nobody is that good except for ministers and practitioners, but we all do it. We all do it. So remember to take yourself, accept yourself as is. You are perfect as is. Remember that the best things in life aren't things. The best things in life are those that you love. And so love people, use things. Have more fun and less stuff. You know, when Terry and I moved, we went through our house and we got rid of, I cannot tell you how many loads of stuff we took to Goodwill and to NCI and to all the other places we could think of, and 2 big, huge roll-off dumpsters that we took to the dump. And it was glorious because we got rid of so much stuff, and it was great stuff, but we didn't need the stuff. More fun, less stuff. Remember, no matter where you go, there you are. And that if you're not happy with the way things are going, as you're dealing with people and experiences in your life, don't forget that you attracted them to you for a reason. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you wanted. So learn from that, even lessons about what you don't want. Because in the end, if you settle for what they're giving you, you deserve what you get. You know, I can't hear any of you, so I hope you're enjoying this. And also remember that when you deal with the world, when all is said and done, more is said than done. More is said than done. And so your job, whether you choose to do it or not, is to practice random acts of kindness and senseless beauty. And no matter what you do, believe those who seek the truth and doubt those who already have it. Because nobody already has it. Keep learning. Keep learning all you can and use it in your life. You know, I cannot tell you how many students we've had who have taken the classes from us and could probably get 100% on a test on it, and yet their lives never change because they're not doing the things they need to do. Like I said earlier, the most important thing is what you do, not what you say. Words are cheap, but remember that as you look around at other people, that some people drink at the fountain of knowledge and other people just gargle. Don't be a gargler. Learn from it. Always say a prayer. ASAP. That's what that means for me. When I say ASAP, I mean always say a prayer, because prayer is the original wireless connection. You know, there is no evidence that life is so serious. So take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on your life, because things are just going to get better. This is a wonderful community, Awakening Ways. Over the years, all of you have made this a remarkable, remarkable community, a community that we've loved to be a part of. So I want you to continue to love one another. I know that some of you think of it as family, and that's okay, because as we know, love makes a family. And we are all family, and we all have value. We all have value. Now, go evolve some more. Go evolve some more. And may the God of your choice bless you. Namaste. I honor the divine within you. And excuse me now, I'm off to see the wizard. Blessings.
I don't believe in a world of scarcity where we must fight just to survive, because abundance is more than just a word to me. I choose to live an opulent life. I choose to live an opulent life. I don't believe in a lack of prosperity where one must fail so another may thrive, because abundance is more than just a word to me. I choose to live an opulent life. I choose to live an opulent life. Why look for happiness when I can feel joyous? Why just show interest when I can feel passionate? Spirit is everywhere, forever unlimited. How can I lack when God's gifts are infinite? I live my life in the light of opulence. The path becomes clear with the truth as my guide, because abundance is more than just a word to me. I choose to live an opulent life. I choose to live an opulent life. I choose to live an opulent life.
Okay, Frank and I will be having a discussion after this, because he had a secret stash of buttons that I've never seen before. And he rolled them out this morning. Oh, wasn't that fabulous? So wonderful. Just this beautiful flow of wisdom. And yeah, the buttons were there, but really it came from him. And I'm so grateful. It was just a remarkable, wonderful, inspirational, uplifting talk. Thank you so much, Frank. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you to Jimmy and Karen this morning. Just a reminder that the music, both of those songs were written by Jimmy. Wow, wow. The talent never ends in this place, and the musicianship is just outrageous. Thanks to both of you here this morning. Thank you. Thanks to all of you who joined us this morning, and thank you for your ongoing continued financial support of Awakening Way Spiritual Community. You know, we were having a conversation yesterday with, actually, we were talking with Virginia. And we were talking about the fact that Awakening Ways, to be a member of Awakening Ways, you don't have to sign a paper. You don't have to say, I vow for the rest of my life to give, XYZ money. We don't do that. We say, if you come here and if you like it here and you feel like you are part of us, then you are part of us. We're that kind of community. If you want to be part of this community, if you want to be a member, then so it is. You are that. And in terms of what you give and how you give, that is up to you. That is your choice. It's your consciousness. It's your, whatever it is that you want to do. And we have survived. I'm sure there are many spiritual communities out there who would say it's not possible, but we've not only survived, we have thrived in maintaining our spiritual community this way. So understand fully that this community is here. We pay our bills with the donations that you give to us freely out of the goodness of your heart, and we are so grateful. We're so grateful for all of the years of giving and for the years that are coming up that will allow this community to continue to be here. So thank you so very much for that. We will be, as of now, unless something unusual happens, we're going to be returning to the pavilion on June the 20th. And you probably got maybe you got the little questionnaire about that. There are some kind of restrictions where we ask that you wear masks, and there will be social distancing, and the pavilion will be setting up the chairs, and we're asked not to move the chairs, and just little things like that. Maybe things will change between now and June 20, where things will relax a little bit. We'll wait and see how that unfolds. In addition to that, though, we're also going to be continuing with our Zoom. So I know that you will have patience with us as we go through setting this up, because essentially what we're about and what we are in the process of setting up is live broadcasting from the pavilion on Sundays with people on Zoom on a screen in the pavilion, so that we will all be together, the people in the pavilion live and the people from Zoom on Zoom in where they can see us and we can see them. I think it's going to be just an incredible experience, understanding that there are technological feats that have to take place for all of this to happen, and we're all new at it. So just be patient while it unfolds, while it allows itself to come forth. Delon Richenberg will be our speaker next Sunday, and I think of Delon like a deep ocean. He's deep. And when he shares, you feel that ocean that is in him. And so we look forward to hearing from Delon next week. And also next Sunday, after the gathering at 11:30, we will be having a virtual memorial service for David Burt. It will be a Zoom memorial service at 11:30. We'll be sending out the announcement with the Zoom link on the announcement for next Sunday. Everyone is invited to attend. David was a remarkable guy. If you ever spent any time with him, just an incredible guy. He was one of our major contributors here that allowed us to be here at all. And so we loved David. We miss him. We want to honor him and celebrate his life. So join us next Sunday at 11:30 for the memorial for Dr. David Burt. I don't have the gallery view on me. Susan Jones, are you here? Yes, there's Susan. Ron, if you can unmute Susan, it would be lovely. If not, maybe you can, I don't know what. Susan Jones. There she goes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go, Susan.
so I'm guessing you're wanting an update on our search committee.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, Susan is going to give us an update on the ministerial search and what's happening with that.
So last week, our committee met for the first time on Zoom and just talked about what we're up to. And the letter has been written and perfected, I will say. And we were very, very fortunate to be able to get the information about the opening at Awakening Ways into the Anton newsletter. I mean, it was a red alert moment where we had about 2 hours to put something together, but it went in and it went out because I received that newsletter. So I don't know how many people it went out to, but I know that I am not a personal member of Anton, but because I attended their virtual retreat, I did receive the newsletter. So that tells me that a lot of people received that newsletter. And so my intention is that next week we will send our letter out via email to all the centers and individual members of Anton. And then we will just keep looking for places to put that information out there.
Great. Thank you, Susan. And this is our commitment to you that, excuse me, each week you'll find out what's happening, what's going on with what's next. Thank you for that, Susan. I think we've kind of finished the announcements this morning, and all we have to do is just take a moment to be grateful for everything that has happened this morning. So if you will join me in just a little prayer of benediction, if you will. And we can just return to that place of peace and stillness and that place of joy that we feel, that amazing morning that we have had. We knew it was coming. And it arrived, and it was even more than we thought it could be. It was so amazing. The music was amazing. The talk was absolutely incredible. Everything about this morning has unfolded exactly as the divine planned it. So sweet, so perfect, so amazing. And we are so very, very grateful. I feel this great heart expansion when I think about all of the good that happened this morning and all of the good that is on its way. Because everything that we feel right now, all of that is right where we are, right here and right now. And I know that each and every person carries that energy, carries that joy out into the world today. With each encounter that each person makes, that experience of this morning shines through, bubbles over, and we feel it expanding and growing as the moments go by. Life is good, and it just keeps getting better. Knowing that this is the truth for each and every one of us, I give my thanks for all that's been, for all that's coming, and I release this and let it be so. And so it is. Amen.